Picture this. You open a plain steel door expecting a cold workshop, but instead, you're greeted by soaring ceilings, warm exposed wood beams, a designer kitchen with a massive island, and 3 beautiful bedrooms hiding just beyond the living room. The best part? The entire home was built for around $100,000. It sounds impossible, yet more families are proving it's not. So how are they doing it while the average home keeps getting more expensive? Today, we're stepping inside one of the smartest budget barndominiums you can build in 2026. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where every dollar goes, where you can save thousands, and the costly mistakes that can destroy a $100,000 budget before the walls even go up. Before we step inside, welcome to Barndo Dreams, where we uncover the smartest barndominium designs, real construction costs, and luxury interiors without the sales pitch. If that's your kind of content, hit subscribe, tap the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next build. Now let's open that door. Let's start with the biggest surprise. A $100,000 barndominium isn't a tiny metal shed pretending to be a house. Built wisely, it can become a comfortable 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with roughly 1,200 to 1,500 square feet of thoughtfully planned living space. The secret isn't spending more, it's spending smarter. A simple rectangular layout, an efficient steel shell, and carefully chosen finishes allow every dollar to work harder. While the shell is often one of the least expensive parts of the project, the interior is where the budget truly comes to life. Every flooring choice, cabinet, light fixture, and countertop determines whether the finished home feels like a basic workshop or a place you'd proudly call home. That's exactly what makes this build so interesting. From the outside, it looks like a simple steel building. But once you step inside, room by room, it feels like a home that should have cost much more. So, let's begin our tour from the outside and see how this remarkable transformation comes together. Let's start outside, because the exterior of a budget barndo tells you everything about how the money was spent. You'll typically see a straightforward rectangular or slightly extended footprint. No wings, no jogs, no complex angles. Builders and designers call this a clean shell approach, and in 2026, it's becoming one of the most popular strategies specifically because it keeps the structure affordable while freeing up more of the budget for a stunning interior. The metal panel siding usually comes in a dark charcoal, matte black, or deep bronze tone, colors that have become the signature look of modern barndominiums, giving that sleek, almost architectural feel instead of the old farm shed image people used to picture. A metal roof with a simple gable or slight modern farmhouse pitch keeps costs down while still looking intentional. Add a covered front porch, even a modest one, and you instantly soften the industrial edge and create a genuine sense of home before anyone even opens the door. Windows are kept efficient but purposeful. A few larger openings on the main living areas to flood the great room with natural light, and smaller, standard windows in the bedrooms to control both cost and energy efficiency. It's not about maximizing glass everywhere. It's about placing it where it matters most. Now here's where the budget barndominium really earns its reputation. You open that front door, and instead of walls chopping up the space, you're met with one big, breathing, open-concept living area, kitchen, dining, and living room all flowing in each other under a vaulted or raised ceiling. This open layout isn't just a style choice. It's one of the smartest money-saving decisions in the entire build. Steel frame construction allows for wide, clear spans without interior load-bearing walls, which means fewer studs, less drywall, less framing labor, and a home that feels dramatically larger than its actual square footage. A 1,300 square foot open-concept barndo can genuinely feel bigger than a 1,800 square foot home chopped into a dozen small rooms. Exposed structural beams are often left visible on purpose rather than boxed in. That raw, honest steel and wood combination has become one of the defining looks of the modern barndominium. Pair that with shiplap or tongue-and-groove wood accents on a ceiling or feature wall, and you get what designers are now calling refined rustic. Industrial bones with warm, livable textures layered on top. It photographs beautifully, and more importantly, it's genuinely budget-friendly, because shiplap and simple wood paneling are inexpensive compared to custom millwork. Flooring throughout is almost always something durable and low maintenance. Polished or stained concrete is a favorite in budget builds, because you're literally using the slab you already poured. It's tough, it's easy to clean, and it leans right into that modern industrial look. Owners who want more warmth underfoot often add area rugs strategically instead of paying for wall-to-wall flooring throughout. The kitchen is the emotional centerpiece of almost every barndominium tour, and even on a tight budget, it doesn't have to feel like a compromise. The move that keeps showing up again and again in 2026 builds is the oversized island. Even in modest homes, owners are prioritizing a long island, sometimes 8 to 10 feet, because it becomes the true gathering spot. Prep space, dining table, home workstation, and coffee bar all in one surface. It's one big impact purchase instead of a dozen smaller ones. For a $100,000 build, cabinetry is usually simple shaker style, often in a two-tone finish. Maybe white or cream uppers with a darker, moodier lower cabinet in navy, black, or forest green. Because that contrast reads as designer without the designer price tag. Open shelving in a corner or two adds visual interest and costs next to nothing compared to full cabinet runs. Countertops lean toward budget-friendly quartz or laminate that mimics stone, and appliances are typically a straightforward stainless steel package rather than a professional-grade suite. None of that reads as cheap on camera. It reads as clean and intentional, which is exactly the goal. Lighting is a lot of heavy lifting here too. A few statement pendant lights over the island, often black metal or a warm brass, instantly elevate the whole kitchen for a relatively small cost. It's one of the best return on investment upgrades in the entire home. 3 bedrooms on a tight footprint means the bedrooms themselves are efficient rather than sprawling. And that's by design, not by accident. The primary bedroom typically gets priority, often sized around 12 by 14 feet, just enough for a queen or king bed, a couple of nightstands, and a small dresser, with the attached bathroom kept simple, a walk-in shower instead of a separate tub and shower combo, which saves real money on plumbing and tile. The 2 secondary bedrooms are usually smaller, around 10 by 10 or 10 by 11 feet, enough for a bed, a dresser, and a closet, which is honestly almost kids' rooms or guest rooms actually need. What makes them feel bigger on camera and in person is smart use of vertical space. Taller doors, simple trim, and light wall colors that bounce natural light around the room. This is where space optimization really becomes an art form. Built-in closets instead of oversized walk-ins save square footage. Sliding barn doors, which, fittingly, are a signature barndominium touch, save the swing space a traditional door would eat up, which matters enormously in a tight floor plan. Even something as simple as choosing a hallway-free layout, where rooms connect directly off the main living space, can reclaim dozens of square feet that would otherwise just be circulation space nobody actually lives in. Bathrooms in a budget barndo are compact but intentional. Simple subway tile, black or matte gold fixtures, and a single vanity keep costs controlled while still giving that clean, modern farmhouse feel that photographs so well. The secondary bathroom is often kept as small as code allows, just enough for a toilet, vanity, and tub shower combo. Because every square foot not spent here is a square foot that can go toward the great room or kitchen. Laundry is frequently tucked into a closet or a small mudroom nook near the back or side entry, rather than given its own dedicated room. It's a small sacrifice that quietly saves thousands in framing and finishing costs. And most families genuinely don't miss having a large, separate laundry room. So why are so many people choosing this path in 2026? A few real, practical reasons keep coming up. First, speed and predictability. Because the steel shell arrives largely prefabricated and labeled for assembly, construction timelines tend to be shorter and more predictable than a traditional stick-built home, which means less exposure to rising labor costs the longer a project drags on. Second, durability. Steel doesn't warp, rot, or attract termites the way wood framing can, and metal roofing typically outlasts traditional shingles by decades. For a budget-conscious buyer, that's real long-term savings on maintenance and repair. Third, flexibility. Because interior walls aren't load-bearing, homeowners have far more freedom to reconfigure a room, expand later, or knock out a wall down the road without touching the structural integrity of the home. That's a level of future flexibility a traditional home simply doesn't offer as easily. And fourth, and this is the one that gets people emotionally invested, the sheer value per dollar. A well-planned barndominium can deliver a genuinely beautiful, modern living space for a fraction of what an equivalent traditional home would cost in most markets, especially once you factor in rising lumber, labor, and land development costs across the country. Now, let's be honest, because that's what this channel is about. A $100,000 Barndo isn't magic. It takes discipline, and there are mistakes that can blow the budget fast. Mistake number 1, underestimating site work. Land clearing, a driveway, a well, septic, and utility hookups are not included in that headline number, and they can add tens of thousands of dollars before the structure even goes up. Anyone budgeting for a build like this needs to price out site prep separately and early. Mistake number 2, skipping proper insulation to save money up front. Steel buildings need spray foam or properly rated insulation, or that gorgeous open great room becomes brutally expensive to heat and cool. This is one area where cutting corners costs far more over time than it saves on day one. Mistake number 3, adding complexity to the roofline or footprint mid-project. Every jog, every dormer, every extra angle adds real cost in both materials and labor. The budget builds that actually hit their numbers are almost always the ones that stay disciplined about keeping the shape simple. Mistake number 4, forgetting about permitting and financing early. Not every lender treats barndominiums the same as traditional homes, and not every county has straightforward permitting for them either. Talking to a local lender and building department before finalizing a floor plan can save enormous headaches later. And mistake number 5, chasing every trend at once. The most successful budget interiors pick 2 or 3 signature moments, maybe the exposed beams, the oversized island, and a statement lighting package, rather than trying to do everything. Restraint, ironically, is what makes these homes look expensive. Here's a small but real detail worth planning for. Metal walls and roofing can interfere with cell signal and Wi-Fi more than a wood-framed home. Builders increasingly recommend budgeting for a simple signal booster or a couple of wireless access points during finish-out, rather than discovering dead zones after move-in day. It's a minor line item that saves real frustration. If this kind of build has you dreaming, here's what actually matters before you break ground. Start with your floor plan, not your Pinterest board. Square footage, bedroom count, and a simple footprint control your cost more than any single design choice you'll make. Decide early how much labor you're realistically willing and able to do yourself, because that single decision can shift your total cost more than almost anything else on this list. Get real quotes, not just for the kit, but for the full finished build, including foundation, utilities, interior finish, and site work, because the kit price alone can be dangerously misleading if you don't add everything else on top of it. And talk to your local building department about zoning and permitting before you fall in love with a specific plan, because barndominiums are still a relatively new category in some counties, and rules vary widely from one place to the next. And that's the anatomy of a $100,000, 3-bedroom barndominium. Proof that with the right footprint, the right priorities, and a little bit of restraint, you can build something that feels like a genuine dream home without a dream home price tag. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed, because we've got an even more ambitious build coming up next. Next time on Barndo Dreams, we're going bigger, and we're going bolder. This $120,000 L-shaped barndominium hides an absolutely incredible interior, one that uses that unique L-shaped footprint to create separate living wings, a hidden outdoor courtyard, and a layout you have genuinely never seen before in a build this size. Trust us, you don't want to miss this one. See you in the next episode.